You awesome people, friends, folks on LinkedIn, folks tuning in on YouTube, folks tuning in on Katelyn's LinkedIn page, my LinkedIn page. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Season 2, Episode 1 of Fulfillment LinkedIn Live. Holy moly, crazy stuff. So I cannot believe that we are here making it happen. And I am just so thrilled to have an awesome, awesome guest, an awesome friend, an amazing human, an amazing individual within my LinkedIn network to be able to share with you today. But a couple of quick updates. So for those of you who are tuning in, please send some comments out. Let us know who you are. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And also for an icebreaker, I want you to say a win in the comments. Celebrate. I want to celebrate some wins today too. So if you have a win or something that you want the community to to know about, please let us know in the comments. I think the biggest win that we have over here is we had a January job seeker client under the FulPhillment brand get her job offer yesterday. While she was out on vacation, she reached out and said, "Hey, I've got a job offer." So that's my win. But if you have any wins, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear and all that good stuff. So we've got folks tuning in, which is great. Our friend Steven is here. Thank you for being here. Katelyn as well, tuning in from New York. Absolutely. Definitely keep them coming. Okay, so let's kind of get started and make things happen. So, okay, Katelyn, who is Katelyn Richards? Katelyn is the founder, CEO, career coach, personal brand strategist, marketing SME, just amazing, energetic, exciting person of her company, Crafted Careers, which is a unique business where she helps empower job seeker professionals with unique strategies and approaches that will help set them up in success within their job search, but also within their career, right? So amazing, amazing, amazing business model, amazing person, very personalized approach, and she's just a phenomenal person. She also is a job scan top job search expert to follow on LinkedIn. We both are. That's actually how we met. So she also has that wonderful accolade. And it's a pleasure that she's a part of that. She's also the founder of her community called Career Crafters Community, which we will talk a little bit about as well, but I'm a part of that. And it's just a fantastic place to go. If you ever need a place to go outside LinkedIn, that is a community that you'll want to join. So we're definitely going to talk about that. We'll keep bringing some comments in here, but I want to absolutely bring in Katelyn right now because she's answering in the back and I'm going to bring her in. So what's happening? You are live, girl. How you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be hanging out with you. Seriously.
Oh no, thank you. Truly, I know when we planned this, it was literally 3 weeks ago. We're like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm bringing them back. We've talked. Let's catch up. Let's just have a call. But it's like, you know what? Let's do it on LinkedIn Live. Let's just talk. So
Let's do it. Let's talk in front of everybody.
yeah, exactly. So bring some comments in. We brought Steven in from New York. So thanks for being here, good friend. We've got Fabmi and Win. An awesome panel tonight and today. Fantastic. So we love it. We got all these comments. This is amazing. Someone reached out to me from a Target company. Awesome. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Good stuff there. We've got Jason in the house from frigid Dallas. Cold over there. Doesn't know that. David Hanson, thanks for being here. Absolutely, I appreciate it. It's very exciting. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel you. Toronto. Oh gosh, tuning from Toronto. Incredibly cold up there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Keep them coming, y'all. Oh goodness me, Florencia, thank you so much for tuning in from Argentina. We've got some awesome. But this is the thing, right? It's all about community and reaching out. So,
Yes.
Katelyn, I'm going to keep the comments going and definitely keep them up here. But I want folks to know, right? Kind of fresh, who is Katelyn? Who are you? What are you all about, my friend?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, that was literally the kindest introduction I think I've ever had, ever in anything. So thank you for that. Yes. Who am I? Well, like you said, I'm currently a career coach. I work with people to build meaningful personal brands that are going to help them not just in their job search, but thrive in their careers. But if we want to take it back a little bit, I started off my career in higher education. So I was hanging out with college students. I was actually living in the residence halls, which was great. I loved it. And then I got engaged to my now husband and he said, hey, I'm not going to move into the dorms. So you're going to need to figure that out. So that kind of led me on this journey of career exploration. And one of the things I loved doing in my time working in higher ed was overseeing hiring processes. Absolutely loved it. Loved getting to interview people, right? Just kind of bring them through the whole process. So I kind of naturally pivoted from there into talent acquisition and recruiting. So that's something, you and I have in common is that background. And that is where I have spent the majority of my career, is working with job seekers, kind of, on that front, right? Of helping them through the process in that way. But, you and I've talked about this, Phil. I had a front row seat to just kind of the brokenness that is the hiring system, right? And had a front row seat too to seeing the decisions hiring managers were making, why they were choosing the candidates they were choosing, why they weren't choosing other candidates. And so I decided to make a pivot from being hashtag team hiring manager to hashtag team job seeker all the way. And in the midst of COVID, moved over to being a career coach. And so that's what I've been doing the last few years. And it is truly the most rewarding thing in the whole world. I tell people I have the best job in the world, and I want everyone else to get to feel that way about the job that they have too.
I love it. Yeah, and I mean, we definitely can relate, because I mean that was similar to my story, right? Like,
yeah.
corporate recruiter for a while, multiple layoffs. I mean, consecutive layoffs just between 2018 up to COVID pandemic, and then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna do my own thing, but. And you know this because I want to get your approach on it too, but I just wanted to help the other side of the table on the job search side, and really truly to help people like find fulfillment, hence the name FulPhillment. There's a real reason why it's called FulPhillment in that aspect. So it's incredible. Okay, I'm gonna go back in the comments though, because we're getting a lot more. So I definitely want to make sure that the community here is getting in. So we had let's see, my friend Dana over here from Atlanta. Thank you for being here. Dana is an incredible HR executive friend that I have here locally. So and we have to hang soon and catch up. We keep talking about it, but Dana, we've got to meet and greet soon for sure. So Fabia's back here, which is great. We've got a LinkedIn user which was too on my end. Dave, thanks for being here, my friend from Chicago. Excellent. Thanks for being here. Jason, absolutely not a problem. I mean, keep them coming. This is amazing. I'm trying to get them going and stuff like that.
I love it. You have such an engaged community. This is amazing.
Well, it's both of us. That's the thing. You're streaming and I'm streaming. So again, it's bringing both of our networks into this space, which is all about that community, right? So talk to us a little bit, because I'm always curious about, we talked about like pivoting and stuff before, like, making the pivot into a different career, and obviously your name, Career Crafters, which is fantastic. I guess, can we like start there? Like what gave you the kind of the aha moment, or like maybe the hey, oh my gosh, I want to do my own thing, but I want to make a pivot, and I want to, have a business model that is all about, crafting a career and helping people to do that, right? What was that like for you?
Yeah, I think part of it has to do with watching so many people basically have their careers happen to them, right? Like they just kind of their career, they're in default mode. It's just kind of unfolding. And oftentimes they end up in the middle of their career and they're like, how did I even get here? Right? Like, where am I right now? How did I get here? And the truth is, it is up to us, right, to approach our careers with intentionality, with purpose, to take control of the reins. And that I really believe, like, that's what it takes to truly be able to thrive in your career. So as I was, dreaming about my own business, what am I going to call it? What's the name? I kept coming back to this word, crafted. This idea of, anything that's crafted is a work of art, right? It takes time, it takes energy, but it's a thing of beauty. And I truly desire that other people get to experience that for their careers. Plus, I'm a sucker for good alliteration. I'm also a sucker for good puns, which is how you and I became such good friends, because I was like, yes, I am so in on the fulfillment model that you have. So yeah, that's kind of the story behind the name of Crafted Careers.
I love it. I love it. I love it. No, this is great. This is great. So LinkedIn user is Sharuk, my friend Sharuk. So yeah, thank you for I just got that. So thanks for engaging and connecting there. So yeah, I mean, I'm all about the puns, right? And I'm very similar, right? I mean, like, I think the name fulfillment and the whole aspect of it was, it just at the beginning it was just a little hashtag, right? It was like, all right, like, I'm gonna get out on LinkedIn, I'm gonna make things happen, and then it just like became a business entity, and that was kind of my progression. But to kind of talk about it, right? Because the theme for today obviously is all about David. I love puns with orange hearts, of course, orange bow tie.
Yeah.
I want to talk a lot about that, right? So like the theme of today is all about, amplifying the job search and obviously utilizing LinkedIn because you're, of course, a SME in it within the job search strategy and stuff like that. Like, I want to just get right into it, right? So, in your opinion, let's say you've got a job seeker that is maybe just starting out on LinkedIn, or maybe they've had it for a while and they're like, I want to get out there and really utilize LinkedIn to try to, find my next opportunity, or get in there and stuff like that. Like, how do you start, right? What do we do to get folks to kind of start getting themselves out and really utilizing LinkedIn as a tool for their job search?
Yeah, that is the question, right?
Yeah.
And the truth is, statistically, right now, they say only 5% of people are truly engaging with LinkedIn. We got 830 million people that have a profile, and, log in and maybe do a thing here or there. But only 5% are actually engaging. The majority of people are doing what I like to call lurking and liking. Right? Like, they are consuming content, they're scrolling through, they may be checking out other people's profiles. Yeah, exactly. They're liking things here or there. And, I'll be totally honest, I absolutely fell into that bucket for many years as a recruiter. I was a lurker and maybe an occasional liker. We got to figure out how to move you over from being a lurker and a liker to actually being an engager, right? And participating and showing up and, diving into the conversations and the things that are happening on LinkedIn. And I tell people, because oftentimes that feels really scary, feels really overwhelming, and it feels really vulnerable. And people are like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do that, right? So I actually say it starts with training your LinkedIn feed. Way too many people have LinkedIn feeds that are just kind of showing them things from random connections. And it's not actually trained or tailored to the types of people, the companies, the content, the industries, right, that are going to be the ones that you want to be going after and are really kind of more your people. Because a lot of this is about finding your community and your people on LinkedIn. And I promise you they're here. I promise you they're here and they exist. Yeah. So start with training your feed, because then when you show up here, you're going to feel a lot less lost, overwhelmed, like, I don't even know where to go or what to do. You're going to show up and your feed's just going to give it to you. And it's going to be so much easier then to find content that you're like, hey, I have something to say about that. Hey, I have a question about that. Hey, I have a thought about that. And that's where it starts. But what are your thoughts on that? What do you tell people?
I mean, 5%. I mean, I'm writing. I've got a page. Believe it or not, you know me. Like, I write everything down. Like, when I talk to people, I write notes. I got a page of notes already on our discussion. We're only like 13 minutes in. Like 5% engaged. 5%. That's low. I mean, if you do the math, right? 830 million. What is that? That's divided. That's times 0.05. That's like 40 million people. I mean, that's still quite a bit, but yeah, in the grand scheme of things, that's low. That's low.
It's real low.
I love the lurking and liking aspect of what you said, because it's true. I mean, I agree. I know Famia said this too. I once was a lurker. David Hansen, everyone begins as a lurker. Jason. So then that would mean any content you post would get eyeballs on it. David, again, here, I met a lot of great connections and kindred spirits just by leaving meaningful comments on the people. Yes. And here's the thing. I'm purposely bringing people's comments in because they're basically answering the question that you asked me. Yes. But that's the power. That's the power of the engagement. Like, this is key. Yeah. It's like, they don't know how to answer my question, or answer your question at all, which is amazing. This is great. Anna's here. Woo! Let me get back here. A lot of people now I create my own post too. Precisely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is the goal, right? The trajectory, right? Train your feed, then start commenting and engaging that way. And then from there, let those comments serve as inspiration for your own content. So David, way to go. You're doing it. You're diving in.
That is huge. That is a big deal.
Yep.
I've got a few more here. Anna Train. Anna. Yes, train your feed. I wrote about this today. She did. You can teach the algorithm. Exactly. You can teach the algorithm what to show you. Precisely. Yep. Precisely. Jason had a question up here. Let's see if I can get to it. What types of content should people post?
Yeah. I mean, the 10,000 foot view of this, or 10,000 foot answer, I should say, is write about what you like and don't write about what you don't like, right? At the end of the day, this is about showing up authentically, and start with what are the things that you just know a lot about, right? Things that you could talk about for hours. What are the types of things that people tend to come to you with questions about, right? What are the things you know? And then what are the things that interest you and excite you? And as you dream about your career and where you want to go, what do you want to be doing? You might not be an expert in those things yet. That's totally fine. You can still write about those things, because that's going to move you then in the direction you want to go. And it's going to start to attract people that are in that same arena or have that same interest, right? So it's going to just naturally align you with kind of the community that you want to be a part of moving forward.
I love it. I love it. And then Jason here, there's so many more comments coming in. It's like my comments are coming in.
So great. I know, it's blowing
good.
up.
This is key. I think, yeah, the engagement is key. Absolutely. Mia here, shocked at, the 5%, shocked at that number. James, thanks for tuning in, my friend. We appreciate you. Dana, here's her story. Dev started out lurking. These days, it's necessary to engage more to beat the algorithm and get the appropriate content coming your way. What's nicer now, as opposed to the days when LI or LinkedIn first started, LI for short, it's far more accepted to engage and interact.
True. So true.
Yeah, that's good. Keep giving them the permission. Let's see what I can find the rest of it. It's over there. The only way this becomes a thing is to keep telling people to engage and interact, keep giving them the the permission they seem to need. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. It is. Absolutely. Like 1,000%. How do you pass the fear of judgment? That's another question here that came up.
Yeah. And it's a great question, because we're going to get it. But I always tell people, building a personal brand isn't just about attracting the right people. It's about repelling the wrong people. Our content should repel certain people away from us, right? This isn't about appealing to everyone on all fronts in all ways. It's about showing up as your full self, with your voice, with the things that you really believe in. That's what your brand is what sets you apart. And in doing so, we're going to have people that absolutely disagree with the things that we think. And, I think Steven has this in one of his comments that he just said, but it's about training your mind and your mindset. And some of this is about learning to let go of the things that are just, they're not in alignment with us. And we don't need that, right? And also, there's a block button for a reason. Don't be afraid to use the block button if you need to.
Well, I'm big, and I think one of the things that Famia and I were talking about, you want to talk about, like, messaging and stuff like that, which is, DM messaging on LinkedIn can also be a very powerful way where you can reach out to people. But Famia and I also talked about, like, unfollowing people too, right? So, like, if you're seeing people's posts and stuff like that, you can always unfollow them on LinkedIn, right? So if you unfollow them, you could still be connected with them, right? So it's like you can still have that. So that's also another way you can curate the feed. So if you're like, well, I still want to be connected, but I don't want to block them, because blocking them will remove them entirely off your feed, entirely off your profile. Right?
Totally. Yes. Obviously, that's like the extreme situation, the blocking. But if you're receiving, things in your direction that are not helpful for you, your mental health, whatever it might be, then, you don't need to have that. But yes, the unfollow button is also a very helpful tool.
Absolutely. And then Dana also responded to Sharuk's question about the judgment here. But here again, the power of, like, motivation and positivity and just everything that we have going on right now. Like, I get it, but I know this, babe. You are awesome. And your thoughts and opinions matter just as much as anyone on here.
Snaps
That's
to that.
Money right there. I know.
That's so money.
Dana. I bring her up again because she's huge on diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging. She's like my DEI SME within the HR world, like complete, like 1,000%. If I think of DEI, she's the one I think about completely. So thank you for that, Dana. That's huge. What a good comment. Effing awesome. I got to go back and read their conversation a little bit later. But see, that's the other thing too. People are talking on here with what we have going on, which is great. I started, and good. Now, Sharuk, I also recently started posting. Beautiful. Famia, let's see
Yes.
what we got. Speak to your experiences, your stories, the value you bring. No one can tell you. No one can tell the stories the way you. Ooh, yeah. There's a. See what I'm saying?
No.
Like
So
no
good.
one can
Yeah.
tell the stories the way you can. Bring it all. Holy
Yeah.
moly! Like
And here's
holy
the
moly.
truth. There are people out there that need to hear your stories, that your stories would be the, primary source of encouragement. Your way of approaching things, right, is what they need to hear, to truly be encouraged. So putting yourself out there, even if it's just for one person, y'all, it's worth it. It's always worth it.
Didn't we say something a little? You did a post, I think, last month that was really awesome, and I think you had some folks, or I think I said like, to heck with metrics, right? Like
Yes.
it's good, and a lot of times too, like when I first started out too. I mean, there's that we go back to Shruk's judgment post or judgment comment. I was like, oh yeah, well, what are people going to think? And as as you continue to do it, it becomes easier and easier, and then you start, getting people that resonate with your work because people will, they will
Yes.
absolutely resonate with what you have
Yes.
to share.
Yes.
Then it just becomes, yeah, like if you're giving one person, if you're making a difference in one person's life, then that's for that day, then that's all that matters. I do want to bring Steven's comment up though, the one that he said earlier. I'm going to read all of it though, just because I want to. Katelyn, I feel like the jump from lurker to participant feels daunting because so many people, and I was in this bucket for a while, don't feel ready for the investment of emotional labor. It can feel discouraging when you don't find your community right away. On your trajectory feels longer than anybody else's. The training of your feed and your mind is what will set you apart. Can you say that? Can you say that sentence? The training, yeah.
Training
Well,
of your feed and your mind is what will set you apart.
That's huge. I, for
Yeah.
instance, have become more okay with writing continuously about books, libraries, and now book marketing because it's my cultural foundation on LinkedIn. Like
I know
like oh my
Steven
god,
gets it.
yeah.
Steven gets it. And y'all, Steven is part of our career crafters community that Phil was alluding to earlier in this. And so, yeah, we love it.
Goosebumps. All the
Beautiful.
fills. I say all the fills, like all the feels, all the fills.
All
Like
the feels. Yes.
there's another pun for you. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But this is what it's all about. On
Go
to go,
Steven.
Steven. I know. Go, Steve. I know. Dana, let's see. Here we go. So brave. Good for you. Thank you for sharing with all of us. Look how far you have. Look how far you have come, and now you're inspiring others, especially others, to look like you. You rock, friend. Exactly. And I think the most important thing too. I wanted to answer the question that you asked me about 10 minutes ago. Then we brought in comments. Then the comment folks here, people here, have answered the question. I'd say that's huge too. Like, when you start doing it and getting out here and commenting, but then looking back, from where you came, like, because again, like we're all progressing, right? Like,
Yes.
don't
Yes.
strive for perfection when you post. Just
No.
strive for progress and celebrate their wins. I brought that question about win celebrations in the beginning because if you get out there and you're posting for the first time, or if you've got a couple comments, if you're like, you know what, I'm not going to post today, but I'm going to comment on meaningful comments, or excuse me, meaningful people that are posting, and you post a couple comments a day, hey, guess what? That's a win. Like, celebrate that. You got active, you got supportive, right? So that's huge. So David says here, gosh, man, so many comments. It's amazing. Say something meaningful when commenting on posts. It's nice to say, well said, and thanks for sharing, but it's not memorable. It doesn't spark a dialogue. Or the I agrees or awesome or love it,
Yeah.
And I think I agree. I think, if you start out and like, look, if this is kind of stuff that gets you out there in the beginning, absolutely. But as you continue to engage, absolutely 1,000%. Like, meaningful content. And especially I want to talk about that too, with you kind of on a recruiter's perspective. So like recruiter hat on right now, right? So like let's say you've got a recruiter out there that's doing a job posting, or they're talking about their business or something, right? Like what's a good example just in your mind of like a good, like meaningful comment or something that would get your attention as a recruiter. So like if you're working on a job and you see a comment on a post maybe you're doing or something, and you're like, I want to look at that profile and see what that person's all about. What would be good, or kind of an example that you could share that would be kind of like differentiated?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it is about standing out and it's about adding value. So I tell people, okay, if we think about it in terms of the emoji reactions, like, you like this post, what is it you like about it? Like, take that further. Like, what's the why behind it? This post makes you curious. What does it make you curious about? What's a good question you could ask to like further, the conversation, right? It's insightful. What about this post makes you want to push that light bulb emoji? Like, what's that piece that's insightful? Or what's maybe an insightful thing that you could even add to it, right? Because at the end of the day, the comments are about driving conversation.
Yeah.
And if you can be someone that can drive the conversation just a little bit further, right? In whatever way that might be, that is going to help you stand out, because recruiters, hiring managers, what they are looking for, right, is that, yes, they have this role that's open, but that role exists to solve a problem or to manage some sort of risk or meet some sort of goal. If you can demonstrate through commenting, through engaging, through content creation yourself, that you understand the problem, and then aligning yourself with that, right? As here is how I can be the solution. Here's how I will help you solve the problem, manage the risk, meet the goal, right? That's what's going to help differentiate you from any other candidate. So I know I'm not giving a specific, write this exact comment out, but that's the mindset and that you need to be getting in, especially as a job seeker, as you're showing up on LinkedIn, is how are you demonstrating your value add, your unique value add, because you have it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also important too, one of the ways to expand on that, in addition to that kind of commenting and differentiating, especially on LinkedIn, is, and I'm in my mind, I'm huge on an effective, about section on LinkedIn. So your about section, right? We've talked about this before, really making that first person, right? Share your story on that about section. You can kind of consider it as, I'll say this very honestly, it's kind of a unique and fun, informalized cover letter, if you will, of who you are and what makes you unique, and what do you want people to remember you by? So I'm very big on that about section, because I do, when I go to a profile and I'm looking as a recruiter, career coach, whatever, I'm looking at people's profiles, I'm looking at their about section, right? What do they have on there that is unique? Maybe an icebreaker or something like that. So on my about section, at the bottom, I talk about some of my hobbies, right? Like singing and opera and music. That's one I like to do. I like to travel, that kind of stuff. But also your impact, right? I'm here to help job seekers and businesses find fulfillment along their path. That's my pitch. That's what I do. And I explain how I do it in my about section. So the clearer that you can demonstrate that, yeah, absolutely, is huge. It's completely powerful. These comments are crazy.
I love this.
It's insane. It's a great thing. Julie,
thank you for joining
us too. Yeah, it's great to have you here, for sure. Let's see here. We got other conversations going on between Dana, Famia. Let's see. Anna said, here, let me just look here. You're doing this so well, Mia. You're so powerful. You're amazing. Absolutely. Yeah. And see, and to your point, right? People here in the network are commending and recognizing people for their uniqueness, and also showing up and making things happen. It's value for value and support for support. That's kind of the way that I say it.
The reciprocity that exists here on LinkedIn is unlike any other space. I'm utterly convinced of that, right? There's so beauty in you putting yourself out there and adding value to others. It will go around. It does. It's inevitable.
Ineditable. I know. Well, and Jennifer too, right here, feeling inspired by all of you to maybe start posting it. Absolutely. Well, if this, and we appreciate it. I mean, if this gives you any inspiration to think about it, then awesome. That's huge. That's a big deal. And it's just, it's like Katelyn said earlier. I mean, there are people here truly who I'd say it this way, there are more people here on LinkedIn who are in your corner than we may realize, right? The lurkers too, right? Because sometimes you'll get messages out there where it's like, hey, I saw, if you do content and stuff like that, or you get out there even commenting, you'll get people that'll reach out and they'll say, hey, I saw your comment on this post, very meaningful. And even too, if you're also finding people and you want to connect with them, I'm big on personalized, connection messages as well. Kind of dig a little bit into that too, Katelyn. Could you do that? Because I think that's important as well to share.
Oh, it's insanely important. You need to give people context for why you're reaching out and desiring to connect with them specifically, right? People want to feel seen. We all want to feel seen, right? for who we are. And so if you're going to, right, like put the energy, the effort, the time into crafting a message to someone with the hopes of genuinely connecting with that human, it needs to be tailored to them and them specifically.
I love it.
Yeah.
And why? Like, why are you reaching out? Or why
Yes.
are you reaching out? And what about, me or my page or what I bring,
Yep.
has you interested
Yes.
in reaching out, especially? Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. We're not
1,000%.
just collecting contacts on LinkedIn, right? We truly are looking to build relationships. And so when you can give someone kind of that context and that reason for like, this is why I want to specifically be in relationship with you, I mean, you're going to see your response rate to that go way up. Sorry, it's like backwards. It's going to go way up. It's going to go way up.
Up and up, up and up, up and up.
Up and up, up and up.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Gosh, I gotta even figure out where I left off on these guys. Y'all are crazy.
I know we can't keep up with y'all.
Well, we've got all these conversations going in between our live, but that's the point. Like, that's
Awesome.
the key.
Yeah.
I think I saw some stuff with Dana going on and some other folks with Sharuk. I know that was going on. Her and Jason. Let's see. Never heard. Okay, here we go. I'll just start here. Never heard it phrased like that, but I love, train your feed. Train your feed.
Train it. You can be in control of it. You can tell it what to show you.
Yeah. Train your feed. Can we please talk about, because you said this earlier, and I think it's important, because I want to try to change tune and change topic, right? There are a lot of people here, 830 million, like you said before, 5% engaging. There's a lot of, I'll say it very honestly, there's a lot of noise, LinkedIn noise. There's a lot of noise out there. It can become overwhelming. How can we, because it can be overwhelming and it can be exhausting, right? If we're getting out there, how do we balance our time with LinkedIn and getting out there and like posting and or like engaging and then finding that time away? Like, do you have any suggestions for those folks that are like, I've got a lot happening, or how do we kind of time block or balance that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's crucial. It's crucial. And I think in different seasons of our career, our relationship with LinkedIn is going to look different, and it should look different, right? If you're in a job searching season, you inevitably will be spending more time on LinkedIn because that is the space to be building the connections, the relationships, having the conversations. It is, in my opinion, the top way to showcase your value, right? How do you uniquely approach problem solving, right? How do you uniquely add value in your specific industry and your specific role? All those sorts of things. So all that to say, it has to do with seasons. And I'm a huge proponent of having time boundaries around LinkedIn because it still is social media. It is endless scroll. The feed will keep showing it to you if you keep, scrolling down, right? So, I mean, I think it's a really personal question though, in terms of what that looks like. So for a lot of my job seekers, we talk about, okay, what does it look like to show up on LinkedIn in the mornings in a certain way? And then what does it look like to step back and take a break and maybe show up again in the afternoons, like a little bit, renewed, rejuvenated, right? And sometimes that's showing up with content that you've created to post and engage with other people. Sometimes it's showing up to do research and, to use the amazing search tools on LinkedIn to find new people, to find new content, to find new companies even that you potentially would be interested in. But you gotta like have the bumpers on. It's like bowling, right? And but only you can know what that looks like for you. But absolutely, I think they should be there.
Ooh, I love that. I love that approach to just like, it's all about season, like, and yeah, I didn't even think about it that way, but then that's why I brought you on, because we all have our own perspective of it, and I love that idea because it is, we're all going through our own like unique season and journey, and we're all in this together in this awesome community for sure, but we're all at the same time, we're all doing things like differently, and my season's different than your season is different than Jason's season, Famia's season, stuff like that, Dana's season, all that kind of stuff. That's huge. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a
Just
big
know
deal.
yourself, right? A lot of it is. And I'll be totally transparent. This fall, I was in a season of stepping back, right? I had previously been in a season of showing up 5 mornings a week and creating content and like really engaging. And I found myself this fall starting to get a little burnout. And I was like, okay, I need to step back for a hot second because I believe in the long-termness of my relationship with LinkedIn, right? And I want to show up in a way that's sustainable. So I think that's the other word you need to be like, just mulling over is like, what does that mean for you? What is sustainable in the long run when it comes to engagement, when it comes to content creation, especially? I tell my job seekers, absolutely, you will be creating content if you work with me. That's just part of the deal. It's what we do. But we want to do it in a way that is sustainable, not just for your job search, but also for the long run, because the goal is that you're not going to stop creating content just because you land your job, that this is going to be something that serves you for the rest of your career and building your brand.
Yes. I love it. I love it because, and it's so important because is it about us landing a fulfilling job? Sure it is. But that's just the beginning. I love how you brought in that element of it being a career long or career wide thing. That it's
a
just
rhythm.
Yeah, it's a rhythm. It's a beat. I like that.
Yeah. Well, and and let's be honest, like we're all watching this unfold in real time, right? In just the month of January,
I like that a lot.
The number of layoffs that have happened, no one is safe, right? And so in the same way you would never buy a house or a car without insurance, you want to have an insurance policy for your career, and your insurance policy is your personal brand, and it's your community and the relationships. I mean, call it your network, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's your safety net for when the worst case scenario happens. And, the truth is it could happen to any of us at any point. It happened to my husband last month, right? Like, at any point in time, we just want to be prepared.
I mean, I get it. I've been laid off 3 times since 2018. Three times.
I know.
3 times.
So real.
And and I always tell myself, sometimes I beat myself and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have started LinkedIn earlier. But you know what? You're here. I want to say this. Like, this is, if I could say any kind of like inspirational thing, like the fact that we are all here right now together as a community on this live, whether you're listening to us live, whether you're in the replay engaging, like you have made the effort and the energy to put yourself out here and to be here in this moment. Like that's the power of this place. I completely agree with that. And everything, and that's, I mean, it's just, yeah, we could be doing other stuff, right? But again, this is why, and for me, like I was like tossing up the idea, well, maybe I don't need to do FulPhillment LinkedIn Lives. I was for a while before the end of the year or last year. I'm
Don't stop.
I know, like stop. I don't want to do it. But then I had people say, yeah, bring them back. They're great. And it's, again, it's about doing these for you all in the community. Like that's why I'm here. And, Katelyn is as well. She's here to do the value and to bring this value with you all. But then all of you are here because you're all, I mean, the thing is, we're all learning from each other in this moment. Like that is so crazy power right there.
Yes.
Steven even said this here. Here's a really good comment. Like he could sum all this in 3 words: create without attrition. Like,
it's good. Love it.
That's big.
Love it.
That is huge. We're all grateful to you for, well, yeah. But then it's also networking. I drove this morning to go work out, or what was it yesterday? No, I can't keep up with the days. I think it was today. Okay. I left to go drive somewhere. I think I was working out today. And I thought about the word of networking, right? And if you break the word like net, like if you think of a net like a spider web net, intertwining, or a basketball net, it's like when it comes to the net, it's like that intertwining and the connecting and bringing us together. And then working, right? Like working is that, like it takes work, it takes dedication. And so like bringing the words networking together, it is going to take effort to network. But like Katelyn had said before, it is an insurance policy that you will have for your life and for your career. And starting small and working your way up is huge. And again, we said this earlier, progress, don't perfect, right? Huge stuff.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about, oh, David, thank you. Stop it. Oh, thank you. You're doing live from breath. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing that for sure. Yeah, become a net weaver.
I love that.
Yeah, I know. That. Absolutely. 1,000%. I know. That's huge. Become a net weaver. You need to like JC, probably need to like put that on your headline or something. I don't know. Or your about
Yeah.
section. I'm here to net
Yeah.
weave.
Yeah. Or write some content about that, Jason.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's a great topic.
1,000%. There you go. That's exactly right. I want to talk about we got more comments. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'll never think of network as such as plain word again. As always, feel breaking things down, bringing depth all things. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I mean, it's simplifying. A lot of it's just simplifying the process, right? And just making it there. Sure, Dreamcatcher after start. Dreamcatcher after. Woo! All right. So y'all have started something. So when you think, so friends, when you think of the word networking in the comments, I want you to think of what comes to your mind immediately when you think of networking, and put it in the comments. We'll populate those and bring those up as we go. So when you think of networking, what does networking mean to you? Put those in the comments. Let us know. I want to switch gears though while we're looking at some awesome comments and stuff. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about your community, right? So, Career Crafters community. What is it all about? Talk to the group about what's impactful about it. I know a little bit about it, but I want to hear about it. Hear about it in your own words and tell the audience as well. Like, what is that community?
Yeah, I mean, really, that community was born out of my firm belief that no one should do their careers alone, right? I always tell my job seekers, job searching is a team sport, or it needs to be a team sport. You need to figure out how to make it a team sport. And, I've structured my career coaching program that way, in that all of my job seekers are in community with each other. And we hang out as a group in addition to doing one-on-one coaching, because we need other people. And oftentimes in our careers, right, it's easy to end up like feeling like we're kind of in this silo, or we have this situation going on at work and we can't necessarily talk to our coworkers about it because maybe it involves them, right? Or they're just not always the safe people. We need a place that we can go. So the Career Crafters community was born kind of out of that spirit of how can we partner with one another in the midst of all of the facets of our careers, right? And that includes when we're in the midst of career transitions, when we're in the midst of discernment, right, about what's next, when we're coming up against situations in our workplace that we're not quite sure how to handle it, when we're looking just for insight into how could I upskill or how could I grow, right? We need other people. And that is why the Career Crafters community exists. It's essentially meant to be a space where we can empower each other, champion each other, support each other, encourage each other, ask the hard questions. We can hold each other accountable to different goals that we're setting. We talk a lot about, personal branding and content creation and, a lot of the things that we've talked about today, but we also talk about community, and we talk about building relationships, and we talk about our mindset. Anna's here. Anna is actually the leader of the Mindset Magic channel in the Career Crafters community. And she asks just like really intentional questions and brings these prompts every single week that challenge us to think about, how we're approaching our careers, right? And are we really thriving, and what do we need to continue to fight for that and to make that happen?
I love it. I love
it.
And
it's fun. We just have fun,
I love it. And it's also too, it's a safe space as well. I think it's important to say that it's a very safe space, and folks from all over, folks from all walks of life and all parts of their career are definitely there. It's a very diverse group of people, which I commend you for that. I mean, I learn from every single person in there. And I've got the URL down here, friends, as well. I've been kind of letting that sit for a little bit. So their LinkedIn page too. If you also go to Katelyn's profile as well, you'll be able to see her the Crafted Careers community as well on her page. But yeah, if you just save that link or use that, that's where you can find the community page, at least on her page.
Well, and quick shout out to Famia, because she's here and she is our fearless community manager. And so I can't talk about the community without talking about her, because she is the one that kind of holds it all together.
Oh, Famia. Mm-hmm.
She's the best. She's the best.
Y'all, I know both, everybody. Yes, I'm so happy to be part of the community. Yeah, absolutely. There's Mia right here. Anna. I did some singing audio with Famia and Anna a couple of weeks ago, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. No, not on my live. Maybe I'll do something like at the end. I don't know. I love it. My gosh. Goodness me. So, wow. I mean, so many comments. I want to bring some of the networking comments that folks had brought up. So let's see. Let me go back here. I know the NetWeaver, of course, with Jason. I want to bring that back again. That's still pretty awesome. Definitely. Adrian as well. Yeah, plain word. Yeah, never a plain word. Never a plain. I like to hear that it's like never a plain word, but it's an action, right? It's an action of community, and it's an action of support and an action of empowerment. You said that earlier too, which is amazing. I love that. I love that. Shruk here said Dreamcatcher after starting the net, which was great. I love that one. Of course, David NetWeaver. Good job for Jason on that one. Famia also said here, absolutely, always network no matter what. You never know what other opportunities will come your way, right? Because you see it all the time, right? It takes one person or one moment to transform your life, and I truly believe that, and I know you do as well.
Yeah. This is great. We are rebranding networking right now, and I'm so here for it. Just because I feel like traditionally sometimes people, associate it with networking. Like, I don't know. It's this negative thing that we have to do, but it's this privilege that we get to do.
Dream team. Absolutely. Dana agrees. It is. It absolutely is. Absolutely is. Yeah, Stephen, to that point, networking is a personal transformation. A personal transformation. 1,000%.
Yes.
I like this one from Jennifer. Networking equals vulnerability, which, because it does. It you get a little vulnerable, and it's like, like the whole sense of like I'm getting out there, and I'm going to say like taking a risk, but you know what I mean? Like I'm taking a good risk on myself to get out and to make it happen. Huge. Adrian, let's see. Awesome stuff. Connecting with others and building that communication and getting to know. Y'all are awesome. Just want to say, this is amazing. And getting to know and care about them. Yes, absolutely. David, this was good, though. I had to bring this one up again. First thought is a networking conference where everyone is giving their elevator pitch and handing out business cards. Which I don't enjoy.
That's the negative connotation right there. Where are the business cards? Just pass them out.
Or standing around in a couple of groups with maybe one and there's cheese of all our conversation. That's not networking. Networking is just plain up talking, icebreakers, getting to know the person. Also asking meaningful questions, like being curious about the other person or the people that you're engaging with. I think that's so dang important. So dang important. It is. Yeah. I see how you feel for the 2000 definition. Oh, y'all, my gosh, you did those all. Yeah, did those. Gosh, it's crazy. Mia deserves all the praise in the world. 1,000%. Mia is the best. Mia got me cheering in the back for everyone. Community is where the heart is. Absolutely. Sing. Oh my gosh. Sing.
They all want you to
sing. What should I sing? I don't even know what to do, y'all. I don't know. I'll think of something while I'm doing it. Stephen, the idea of networking is being detoxified from the connotations of gatekeeping and being gifts. Ooh, y'all.
That's a post right there. Write that one, Stephen.
Stephen, I would just post that on your page, man. Just post it. Boom. That's it. Just one sentence. Boom. That's huge. Like, dang. And the thing is, the coolest thing though is like next week we're going to be repurposing this post on my page. So I'm going to be like posting, like kind of what we've talked about in this live and what we've all talked about in the comments and conversations. Because again, these are amazing takeaway items. Because again, Katelyn, we're learning about y'all are learning about us. Like, but that's the key, right? It's getting out there and learning. David Hansen, let's see what he's got. Be curious about the other. Yeah, curious about the other person. People love to talk. It's true. People love to talk about themselves, but also in a sense of like, here's how I can help. Right? Yeah. Value for value, support for support. Yep. I will never stop saying that. Put you on the spot. Okay, fine, y'all. I don't know. Like, I can just do some kind of like a inspirational, like, I don't know. Don't give up kind of thing. I don't know. Oh, Katelyn, help me. You want to do it?
You got this.
You want to do a duet? We can.
I don't know if people want to hear me sing, Phil, but
oh my gosh.
Back from my high school choir days.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'll just do like a I'll take this off. Like oh my gosh.
You got this.
See, I get nervous all the time. Like I do.
Yeah,
I really do.
You're doing great.
I don't know, like, oh, don't give up, my friends. Be here in this moment and continue to network. You've got this. Just something like that, I guess. I don't know.
That's so good.
Oh, y'all. Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, so it's almost been an hour, and what I usually like to do to close out, first off, thank you everybody for being here. But I'll have one last question too, and then folks stay on because we got a couple of updates too at the end. So if you can tune in for a little bit longer, we've got a couple of things that we do want to share. Katelyn, first off, like, what developments do you have going on with your company? Anything that the folks audience would want to know, and then what's kind of that last like key takeaway that you want folks to remember from this live that we've had? So
Yeah, I
two-parter.
mean, two-parter. So with Crafted Careers, essentially what I do is I partner with job seekers throughout the entirety of their journey. So I always tell people, you're stuck with me till the bitter end. We're gonna make this happen. And I kind of spoke to this earlier. Just kind of the way I have structured my coaching program. It's called Careers by Design, right? Not default, but design. Is that we do one-on-one coaching just because everyone's journey is a little bit different and everyone's personal brand is different. We want to ensure that we're telling your story and we're honoring your value. But then we also do group coaching because of my belief in just the need and the value in community and doing this together. And there's just power. There's power in getting to hear other people's stories and what they're journeying and getting to bounce ideas off each other, introduce each other to one another's networks, all that sort of thing. So if anyone's ever interested in hearing more about Careers by Design, happy to share more. And then obviously the Career Crafters community, that's where I spend a lot of time hanging out, is with those amazing humans. And if anyone wants to join us, we would love to have you there. But if I'm going to leave y'all with one thing, it's this. You absolutely deserve to thrive in your career. You do. And if you're not thriving right now, fight for it. Do whatever you need to do to make that happen, because you are worthy of that. And you deserve to work for a company and on a team and for a boss, right? That's going to see you for who you are and for the value you have to offer.
Oh,
boom, mic drop.
I know. Pen drop, pencil drop. There we go.
Pen drop.
This is pencil drop. Yeah. I love mechanical pencil, by the way. You want to have a weird, quirky like icebreaker thing. I love using pencil just because of I guess just because of the music side of me, like writing notes and stuff in theory. But let's see. Thank you for hosting, Sue. Thank you so much. Looking forward to connecting with both of you. Both are really fun. We appreciate it. But here's the thing. Y'all are also very, very fun.
Yes!
Like, you're making this fun for us. Like, that's what this is all about, y'all. This is what it's all about. Seriously. Incredible. All right, folks. So where can we find the awesome, lovely Katelyn Richards? We have her LinkedIn. Of course, she's on LinkedIn quite a bit. So I'm going to bring her LinkedIn page up. And of course, she's tagged on this live broadcast, www.linkedin.com/in. I always forget the in sometimes. /Katelyn-Richards. That's where we can find her awesome self.
Yes.
She also has her website, which I do want to bring up, www.acraftedcareer.com. Remember, crafted by design, not default. It's incredible. You're crafting your journey, you're designing it with an amazing, amazing career coach and friend. Incredible. Awesome. Of course. Her LinkedIn community, Crafted Careers community, www.linkedin.com/company/Crafted Careers community. Of course, you can always find it on her page as well. Awesome stuff. And friends too, I've started streaming stuff on YouTube. So all of my LinkedIn lives moving forward are going to be on my YouTube page. So folks are like, well, where can I find them? Where are your lives if I can't find them on LinkedIn? Sometimes you can't see posts and stuff like that, or they get, inundated or kind of dug. And so I'm going to bring my YouTube channel up here. I finally got a FulPhillment tag I could actually put on there. So youtube.com/@FulPhillment. This is streaming live right now. And of course, we'll be sitting on YouTube here for a while. And then I don't usually on LinkedIn Lives, I won't post anything the same day. So like in the afternoons where I usually post, I'll let this sit as well. So folks who want to listen to the replay, they can click on my most recent post and they can watch, tune in, and engage and comment on it as well. Awesome stuff there. And other kind of the biggest things too on the FulPhillment front. So this month, probably the next couple of weeks, I will be for the first time ever, and I need to do this, is bringing out a monthly LinkedIn newsletter. So I decided that I wanted to share some more value to the community on a recruitment perspective. And so I'll be writing a newsletter once a month, article once a month about kind of recruitment and job search trends and stuff like that. If you have any ideas as to what I should call it, like the FulPhillment column or something, maybe something a little bit more creative, please let me know in the comments or send me a message directly. I'm kind of taking some ideas as to what I want to call this this newsletter, but I'll be doing that this month. And then, of course, friends, part of the FulPhillment brand, we did bring in a introductory online career coaching course. It's designed for job seekers who want to learn a little bit more about kind of like the causes of a challenging job search, kind of the road, high level road to finding results and getting started along your path. Also, cause and effect indicators, right? Like, oh, if I'm not getting an interview, what's going on, kind of thing. And then, of course, how to fine tune and focus on your job search. So I wanted to bring that up. It's on my about section, but also if you're interested in learning more about that, it's on my website, fulfillment.com/intro-online-course. Definitely feel free to check that out. So that's just another resource that we launched here not too long ago.
And I got a sneak peek, and it's awesome.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let me get some of the last comments here real quick. Let's look here. Oh my gosh. I know, Famia, you put me on the spot and it happened. So she's like, hey, do that again. Thank you, Jason, for the awesome feedback. And again, thank you so much for the connection. Yeah, definitely connect with us. We're definitely here for it. All that good stuff. Thank you, Mia. Anna, thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging. Friends, everybody, Adrian, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's something that I want to make time for. It's just another way to share value. We all need it. And it's another way to just kind of brain dump. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about it. Thank you, David, for being here. Absolutely. It is our sincere pleasure. Mm-hmm. Adrian, the mechanical the mechanical pencil. Name for
there you go.
Not a bad idea. The FulPhillment pen, the singing pencil, the FulPhillment pencil. Yeah. The FulPhillment. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about that. Jonathan, thank you for being here, my friend. Fantastic. Awesome, friends. Well, if you tune in live with us, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for commenting, engaging, all that good stuff. If you're going to be tuning in the replay, please let us know what you think. We really love feedback and love your insights as well and all that good stuff. But thank you all, seriously, from our hearts to yours. We appreciate it. Reminders we all need it and to take with us. Absolutely. I mean, that's why we are here. We love you all. Awesome, friends. Well, we're going to get out of here live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take care, friends. Thanks for being here.